Yo guys, welcome to a new battlecast this time, and I'm planning to do a little Halloween special the next upcoming days, cause just a few days left till Halloween, and I'm typically doing some Halloween special each year at these days. And we are going to start with a battlecast, and this time I'm going to play the Warriors of Chaos, and I'm going to face up against the Dark Elves. And this was a very, very good game, because I was randomly matched against one of my subscribers called Iron Maiden, and he's a fantastic player and very, very skilled, and this was a fantastic match. I mean, give me a complete break. It was that close. You will see. This is a classical matchup, very heavy stuff. Both factions are really heavily armored, and I like to play it. But anyway, let's start with my army composition over here, and have a very classical or very heavy infantry build, you can say. I have Chaos Marauders with great weapons in the front line, and at least, of course, you need a lot of AP damage against the Dark Elves. And directly behind that, I have 4 groups of Chaos Warriors with great weapons, 2 in the middle and 2 on each side. On the sides to have, the plan was of course to have to increase my front line overall, and to have maybe a unit for at least a little bit of flankings. But this didn't work quite well, you will see. But anyway, let's come to my last line, and you can see I have chosen with great weapons the more heavy stuff over here. You can see the core of my army. And then, last but not least, a Dragon Ogre couple. And this build is quite risky. You can see, except for the Dragon Ogre couple, I have no mobility whatsoever, no magic, nothing, just the infantry units. And the infantry units will be engaged in the frontline fight, and I have just the Dragon Ogre couple to do some harass damage, or to do some, to have at least some mobility. And this is very micromanagement intense, and for this reason, it's not that easy. So I can recommend to bring this build like this, but I like to play it on this way. But it's quite risky, as I said, because we all know the Dark Elves have a lot of tools to handle this, and we have a huge front line over here of Iron Maiden, a mix of Black Ark Coursers in combination with Haganeth Executioners. And of course, Haganeth Executioners are very, very important, especially in this matchup, to cause a lot of AP damage against Chosen, against Chaos Warriors, Chaos Marauders, and all that stuff. Of course, these guys will perform superior, even if they are going to lose in a 1-on-1 against Chosen. He outnumbered me overall because he has 3 or 4 units on the battlefield. On the sides, the Black Ark Coursers, of course, probably to do at least a little bit of flankings with these guys. In the back line, we have Dread Spears to protect the right and the left flank from enemy cavalry or large entities, but also, of course, to protect the middle with the Dark Shards. Pretty sure this was the plan, to protect the middle and the sides. Then we have Dark Riders with Repeater Crossbow, and these guys also a very, very good decision, because these guys causing armor-piercing missile damage. And this is of course very good against all my infantry, heavily armored infantry units, and against my Dragon Ogre couple. And I can't do anything about this, so I don't have cavalry, I don't have warhounds, I have nothing. So very good decision to bring these guys over here, 3 groups. And last but not least, we have Malekith on a Cold One. And it's also a very decent pick in my opinion, because this combination is quite cheap and the performance is superior. We have this mighty hybrid unit Malekith, very mighty spellcaster, but also superior in melee combat. And on this Cold One, you have at least a good mobility, and the performance is very good, and this combination is very cheap. So very good decision. But anyway, let's start over here with the frontline charge in, and let's go. Chaos Marauders against Black Ark Coursers. Would be quite interesting to know who's going to win over here, but very interesting fight. But of course, in the middle we have Haganeth Executioners, and these guys, of course, it's incredible. They slice and dice my Chaos Marauders with great weapons over here. No match for them. But of course, also Chaos Warriors joining now the front line. But of course, my Chaos Marauders here get sliced and diced from these Haganeth Executioners. A wide fight going on, huge front line, very good of Iron Maiden to deploy that wide. A lot of storm going down, at least at a little blob at the right flank. I was hitting some Hagenef Executioners, did a little bit damage at least, but not that much. But you can see my Marauder starting to rout off from the battlefield. He won with one group of Hagenef Executioners fight in the middle, but of course I overrun his infantry units with my Dragon Ogre couple and started to directly to interrupt his Dark Shards, because they constantly shoot on my front line and my units it will add up. So the damage will add up so much, and I had to do something about that. But very good of Iron Maiden here to support his Dark Shards with the Dread Spears. You can see both units are joining the fight or starting to attack my Dragon Ogre couple now. The Dark Riders, I ignored them the most parts of the game, because as I said, I can't do anything about this except for force them a little bit away from my front line. But for this reason I decided I have to be really fast now to do a lot of damage to all his infantry units, because I can't do anything about these Dark Riders, so I ignored them. Of course they were very annoying, because he did so much damage to my Chosen on the right flank. You can see, of course, my Chosen slice and dice this Black Orc Corsairs, but overall you can see my Marauders are routing off from the battlefield. I would say I've lost the fight in the middle. You can see also my Dragon Ogre couple starting now to flew from these Dread Spears, because of course they did so much damage, and now the Dread Spears hunting away my Dragon Ogre couple. And yeah, now Malekith was joining the fight on the left flank to attack my Chosen, because they performed quite well there. And then of course I started to attack him with my Dragon Ogre couple, and it's quite dangerous for Malekith. So I would say in the middle he won the fight, even if I have one group of Chaos Warriors left, but on the right flank I won it clearly. So we have Chaos Warriors. The Chaos Warriors did a great job over there, so I was able to join the fight in the middle with these three groups, to join the fight in the middle against the Dread Spears and the Hagenef Executioners. Now of course it was hit and run, you can say. I started to attack the Dark Shards again, but of course he noticed that, starting shooting on my Dragon Ogre Shagget, on my Dragon Ogre couple overall, and as I said, this damage will add up. But now I managed it quite well to force off one group of Dark Shards. The Dark Riders meanwhile did a great job against all my routing units. Also they forced them off from the battlefield, so there were not so much units coming back from routing. He managed it this really well. Now I started to attack his Dark Shards with my infantry, but of course this is a very bad angle. You can see I just attacking the right flank of this group over here, but even though I had to interrupt these guys. A lot of the storm going down on the Dread Spears, and at least had some Hagenef Executioners. Yeah, I did at least some okay damage, but not that much. So I started to force off, of course, these Dark Shards, because they were very annoying and did a lot of damage to all my units. Meanwhile, the Dark Riders constantly shoot still on my routing units, and Malekith was joining the fight now over here now in the middle. Of course I saw that directly and started to attack him with Kolic, and 3 or 4 hits with Kolic, and Malekith take a lot of damage. I have to be really careful. Soul Stealer going down, Children going down, at least very good to interrupt my units now. But you can say all our infantry units annihilate each other on both sides. You can see all my units are very low on health. Also his units, just a group of Hagenef Executioners, also very low on health, is now in the middle over here. Malekith, as I said, is overcommitment a little bit over here. You can see he took a lot of damage, but my infantry units also. Now you can see all my infantry units routing off Shaken. So very good. You can say we annihilate all our infantry units. There's nothing left except for a small group of Dread Spears over here. And now he started to attack my Kolic with Malekith, but of course I have a very healthy Dragon Ogre Shagget also left. You can see Malekith melting away, and I managed here to kill Malekith. A little bit overcommitment, but this was his last unit on the battleground, you can say, except for all his Dark Shards and Dark Riders. But now of course you can say I have just his Dragon Ogre couple left, and he has all Dark Riders left, and at least some Dark Shards coming back from routing. You can see, and my Kolic is very heavily damaged. You can see now the complete battleground in the middle is under fire from the Dark Riders. One group is very healthy, very full of ammunition. The others run out of ammunition, but even though he has a lot of ammunition left, and you can see my colleague is very low on health. And of course I tried to send Kolek away from these Dark Riders, that he's not going to die very fast. You can see now, of course, he tries to hunt down Kolek, and I try to dodge all the time all these missiles, but of course with each volley I get a lot of damage. One group of Dread Spears now joining the fight, but the Dread Spears are very low on health, and my Dragon Ogre Shaggy is very, very healthy, so it was not that. It was quite easy to kill these Dread Spears over here. Some routing units coming back, but it's not that important. You can see 13, 12, and just a few Chaos Marauders and Chosen. Nothing special. Get more and more damage from all these Dark Riders. You can see my Kolek is very low on health. Meanwhile, the Dragon Ogre Shagget was able to rout off these Dread Spears. They are shaking now and will rout off in a second. And the Dragon Ogre Shagget is still quite healthy. And I thought, okay, I don't have to lose Kolek if I was able to, that he will stay alive. Then I'm going to win this. And now you can see the one group of Dark Riders run out of ammunition, starting to attack my Kolek, and he gets more and more damage. And I thought, okay, maybe here they are able to kill him. But now Kara kick in. They get terrified, now routing off. And overall, of course, that's it. The next unit of Dark Riders run out of ammunition, and the Dragon Ogre Shagget is quite healthy. Just with Kolek, maybe he would win this, but the Dragon Ogre Shagget is too healthy for these Dark Riders, and that's it. But it was fantastic. It's so close. And I mean, give me a break. Look at all these units over here, all my Marauders, everything is dead. All the infantry is completely annihilated on both sides, except for his Dark Riders and my Dragon Ogre Shagget. You can say also still the Kolek is nearly dead. But it was a lot of fun. Thank you, Iron Maiden, for that match. It was fantastic. I thought, even in the end, I thought, man, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm going to lose this. But it was a lot of fun. It's only what counts. To the builds over here, you can see 3 groups of Haganeth Executioners. Malekith. I think the version on the cold one is quite good. And maybe except for the Black Orc Courses, I would pick some 2 groups of Witch Elves. Maybe I missed some Witch Elves over here, because you can say with the Witch Elves he would send my Dragon Ogre couple on Rampage, and then he would win this game. I'm pretty sure with 2 groups of Witch Elves he would win it. Pretty sure about that. But even though a quite good build, and nothing more to say about this. Thank you for tuning in. Have a nice evening, and see you on the next Battlecast. Have a nice evening. Thank you.